Hey guys, a little bit frustrated because I just recorded 10 minutes of this video and then I accidentally clicked a link that took me away from the page and I lost it. So I'm a little frustrated right now, but I'm going to start over. NFL Draft. This is what we're here for. Post-draft reaction. Draft came and went. Hope you had fun. I certainly had fun watching it. It was interesting. Let's jump, just to dive right into it. The Bills had the 8th overall pick. We thought they were going to pick 8th overall. I think a lot of Bills fans were hoping that they would trade down. I know I was one of them. Especially at that pick when it came up. I was like, well, they could go like Chance Warmack right now, but I don't really want them to take a guard in the first round. Although I think that's a need. I just didn't. I thought it was more beneficial to the team if they could add more picks and trade down. That's what they did. They scared people into thinking that they wanted Tavon Austin, and Tavon Austin was their highest rated player. The Rams came up. The Rams who play in the NFC West, so we don't have to worry about playing him, really. They come up. They get Tavon Austin. They keep him from going to the Jets. And the Bills move back, and they pick up an extra second. They pick up a 7th. They swap thirds. It was a good deal. You shouldn't hate that deal. That was a great deal. So when 16 rolls around, you're thinking, Barkley, Nassib, Geno's still there. Nope, none of the above. All the experts were wrong. Bills smoke screen of the year. Deferred everyone onto Nassib and Barkley and everything, and they go with EJ Manuel. Eric James Manuel. The man. Some of you might not. Some of you might have hated that pick. Some of you loved it. I personally, I love it. I know Todd McShay. Don't buy into Todd McShay's worst Raiders pick in years, or Skip Bayless. Skip Bayless thinks Tim Tebow can play quarterback, so there you go. And then, like I said, McShay, Bayless, Kuiper didn't play football. Chris Carter, Ron Jaworski, Herm Edwards all played football. Some coached football. And they loved the EJ Manuel pick, so I'm okay with that. I'm taking their side. Manuel he looks like, to me, it's funny because when I was watching it, before it started, they showed EJ Manuel on TV, and I was thinking, wow, he's kind of got like this, he looks like the face of a franchise. He's got that stature about him, his glow off his face, that I just really liked. I just still didn't think the Bills were going to take him, but they did, and I'm pretty pumped about that. He's athletic. He is smart. He's going for his master's degree. He's like a family man. His parents were at the draft. His mother's a breast cancer survivor. That gives him a nice chip on his shoulder. He can play for his mother. This thing of like all these motivational aspects. I mean, he can run. He can throw. He completed 66% of his passes. He was 4-0 in bowl games. He was 26-5 overall. He was a winner. He's a leader. I'm on board. It was an adventurous, a courageous, dare I say, ballsy pick by Doug Marrone to go up there and get him. I'm okay with it. Is it the main thing is it a reach? Oh, they could have got him at 41, probably 46. Yeah, they probably could have, but that's a reflection of hindsight. You don't think, who thought Matt Barkley was going the 4th round and Ryan Nassib was going the 4th round? Come on. You don't know that. And like, Doug Marrone obviously knows Ryan Nassib pretty well because he coached him, and it wasn't his guy. So there you go. Nassib was not recruited by Marrone. I don't think anybody knows Nassib better than Marrone. So the fact that he didn't take him kind of says a lot to me. Not upset with it. Or Barkley. They got their guy. It's EJ Manuel. That's who it is. Look forward to it, guys. This guy has the possibility to start day one. I don't know if he will. I'm kind of impatient, but I don't know if he should. I think Kevin Kolb is kind of a perfect guy to hold the offense over and get it ready, juice it up for EJ Manuel. And it sucks being patient with that because you're such a win now league. It's brutal having to wait. But I think it might be better for him to do that. I think Kevin Kolb will go into OTAs and training camp as a starter. Possibility that EJ wins it from him. and that's on EJ. So we'll see how he does. But I'm looking forward to seeing him on the field for this team. I mean, even on the practice field, just see how he carries himself. It's exciting. We don't use this is a unique feeling, right? We don't use our first picks on quarterbacks. This is the first way I felt this way since Lossman. You can say what you want about JP, but at the time you're like, oh my God, we got Lee Evans and JP Lossman. Like that's the foundation of our offense, right? At the time it was fun. It was like, oh, we were excited. We had Drew Bledsoe and we had the future of JP Lossman. Now we have Kevin Collins. I don't know, but we have a first-round quarterback. It's like, oh my God. It just shows you that this coaching staff is serious. They got their guy. He's going to play a lot. Ideally for 10 years as quarterback. Ideally as Doug Marrone as coach for 10 years. Like it seems like the start of something special. And I'm excited. Couldn't be more excited. EJ Manuel, Buffalo Bills quarterback. Get used to it. We get to 41. Robert Woods. Loved it. Solid pick. Just a great value pick at that point. Good USC receiver. I kind of wanted Justin Hunter. I thought Justin Hunter might fall. Tennessee came up and got him. Justin Hunter's kind of built like AJ Green. It happens. This is what happens in the draft. But we got Robert Woods, who I watched some USC games, and I was impressed by Woods and Marquise Lee, who's also going to be sweet. But when I watched like the tapes, the YouTube videos, the tapes they showed at the draft, he looked like Stevie, I thought. Except a little bit faster. And if you got one Stevie, might as well have two. I don't know if it's, he's exactly like that, but he seems like he can play to the ability of Steve Johnson. Maybe not right away, because there's that sort of adjustment period of getting acclimated to the NFL, but I'm optimistic about Robert Woods, too. 5 picks later, we go to Kiko Alonso. And some people thought it was kind of a reach because of his off-the-field issues and things of that nature. You know what? Love it. Love guys with off-the-field issues. Charles Davis said that Kiko Alonso searches for contact. Love that. I love that. How can you not love that? He just looks for contact. He wants to hit you. That's what I want on defense. And I guess I'll do this with Duke Williams, because we got Duke Williams in the 4th. Duke Williams, Kiko Alonso, those guys are bringing attitude to this defense. On defense, I want murderers. Guys who want to hurt people. Guys who aren't going to do stupid things, like actually murder people. I'm being a little sarcastic. But people who seek contact. Hitters. People who want to hurt people. Gang members. Guys who don't get suspended, but just straight up thugs. Guys who will instill fear into offensive players. Make you remember playing against them. And I think Duke Williams and Kiko Alonso can bring that sort of dynamic. Pretty excited about that. They're just hitters. Love it. Duke Williams might play at strong safety. I think Aaron Williams is going to start at strong safety. But Aaron Williams can come up into the slot or the dime corner spot, cover the tight end, etc. That could put Duke Williams on the field. Denoris Cersei, I don't know. We'll see what happens there. But Jarris Bird's got that other spot locked down, assuming they get him under contract or get him to sign his tender. Kiko Alonso could be a day one starter after the trade of Shepard for Jerry Hughes, which I'm also sort of a fan of. Shepard, big liability against the run. Jerry Hughes, sort of a pass rusher, underachieved, maybe reached bust status, but maybe he can achieve Calvin Pace-like success under Mike Pettin. That remains to be seen. Lawson, Hughes, they got these sort of mediocre pass rushers, but we'll see how they do with Pettin, who everyone seems to be pretty high on. 3rd round, we did 2nd Alonso, 4th Williams. The 3rd round, the Bills got Marquise Goodwin, who can just absolutely fly. Didn't really know who he was until he showed up at the Senior Bowl and just ran past everybody. and then he ran a 4.25 at the Combine, which tied Tavon Austin for the second quickest ever behind Chris Johnson. So there's your guy that can stretch the field. We're supposed to run this West Coast style of offense, and we have, excuse me, we have like Robert Woods, who's got good speed. Steve Johnson, who won't outrun anybody really, but will get open and will come down with the ball. And now you got Marquise Goodwin, who can just stretch the field. Same thing with TJ Graham. I don't know what Goodwin's presence does for TJ Graham. I don't know if it questions his roster spot. It could, because they're essentially the same player. I just don't know how deep the Bills are going to be at wide receiver. Like, does Brad Smith stay? Does Marcus Easley stay? These are questions that have to be answered, and they will be answered once training camp and OTAs get underway. There's position battles, especially Dayrick Rogers. Yeah, Dayrick Rogers, who didn't get drafted strictly because of character concerns, I suppose, out of Tennessee Tech. Did he get kicked off the team at Tennessee? He might have. I can't remember. But one of the most physically gifted players in the draft, and the Bills got him as an undrafted free agent. So I'm super pumped about that. I don't think there's any way he doesn't make the team. He's that talented, unless he does something really, really dumb, which I'm not going to rule out. 5th round, Jonathan Meeks. You know how Buddy loves corners. Can never have enough corners, never enough defensive backs. I don't know much about Jonathan Meeks, but like I said, cornerbacks. 6th round, Dustin Hopkins. Might be serious competition for Ryan Lindell. Now, I don't think Dustin Hopkins really ever kicked in 30-degree weather. I think I might have saw the stat that was actually only one time. But we're all about this Florida State special teams. We got a Florida State kicker, Florida State holder, and Sanborn, a Florida State punter, and Powell, Florida State tackle and Zebra Sanders, a Florida State quarterback, and EJ Manuel. Why not? Why not? Dustin Hopkins could win the job. And he might win the job because it's going to be hot at St. John Fisher, so he could probably kick pretty well. But Lindell, I think we all kind of thought, like, what the heck? Why is this guy not kicking deep field goals anymore? Came up short on some, and we had that big thing about kicking the field goal at Indy and things of that nature, and then he was missing chip shots. But we'll see. We'll see how that plays out as training camp gets closer. And then in the 7th round, Chris Gregg, the tight end from Arkansas, who's got pretty good speed for a tight end. He's very athletic, but when I watched him, he wasn't that smooth. I don't really know the word. He just seemed kind of tight, like he had really long legs, and like he just wasn't in and out of his cuts very. I don't know. It just seemed he wasn't crisp. I hope you guys sort of know what I mean. But in any event, I'm pretty pumped about this whole draft. Because we have need a tight end too. If Chandler doesn't play, maybe Doran Dickerson, who I know they said we're moving to wide receiver, but he might play tight end, the H-back type of role. Same thing with Greg. If Chandler's not ready or has to go on the pup list. Like I said, but I'm pretty pumped about this draft. Some are calling it the best they've had in years. I don't know about that. That remains to be seen. I'm excited about our wide receiver core. I'm excited about Manuel. The offense we built seems to be based around speed. We got Spiller, Goodwin, Woods, and then solid players in Johnson and Fred Jackson. Kevin Colbert, quarterback, in a competition with EJ Manuel and Tarvaris Jackson. Like, competition will push one of those guys to the forefront. A big tight end, Scott Chandler. Hopefully he gets healthy. And just athleticism all around. Looks like we're going to be fast. Stupid fast on offense. And I'm so pumped about that. On defense, brutal. We got angry guys. Jerry Hughes, we'll see how that works with Manny Lawson. Kiko Alonso in the middle. Who else in the middle? I'm not sure. Maybe Brian Scott. Arthur Moats is still an X factor there. But Mario Williams. And Kyle Williams and Marcel Darius. And Mark Anderson. They have all these kind of fronts they can throw at people. So many different combinations, I can't even perceive it. I have no clue what kind of front 7 we're going to have. Front 8 or front 9 or front 10. I have no idea. And I don't. Does Mike Pettin even know? I'm pretty pumped about what the linebackers' defensive line setup is going to be. The corners. Gilmore, solid. So solid. The other corner spot is probably going to be up for grabs. I hope McKelvin wins it, because McKelvin is way better outside than he is in the nickel. And I kind of liked Ron Brooks at times. I feel more comfortable with Ron Brooks in the nickel than I do with McKelvin, and especially with Aaron Williams moving to safety. He has the opportunity to come up, like I said, and help out if necessary, as long as Justin Rogers doesn't see the field. He will, but man, if there's one scapegoat for last season, it's him. Anyway, guys, let me know. What do you think? I want to know what you think about EJ. I want to know what you think about, maybe going linebacker in a second. Or do you think it was a reach to get EJ? And maybe it was. You can make that argument, but I just think the Bills, they came up, they got their guy. That's him. It's EJ Manuel. Are you pumped about that? Are you pumped about Robert Woods? Are you pumped about our new look defense, new look offense, his speed, brutality, his combination? What does it all mean? What does it all mean, Bills fans? Let's talk about it. Anyway, guys, as always, thanks for coming this far. I hope you liked the video. And as always, go Bills.